5. I got left, but no, I've got very loud left, no right. That's... Ah, there we go. Good morning and welcome to the 2025 Australian Handball Championships. My name is Lockie France. Lovely to have your company on this Friday morning for the opening game of the competition between New South Wales and Western Australia. And we're underway. Apologies for the short intro time. Very early start here with 2 courts running for the entire weekend. New South Wales with first use of the ball and the first goal of the tournament. Of course, New South Wales, the home side here, taking on the team from the West. A 5-team competition in the women's. And early save there. WA recover possession. And it's just wide. As we've just got a slight so just a slight logistical stoppage there. Referee Carlos always on the ball even when he's on bench. It's Laura Drager wearing number 2, although she's listed as 42 in the program. Scorer of today's first goal. That's a easy way for the bench to figure out that your jersey number's wrong. And tight angle saved. Early yellow card there to jersey 54 for New South Wales. And that's Karina Schmidt. And probably would have been a foul in there anyway, but goal scored by Eileen During-Arusia, jersey 15 for WA. Saved! Sophie Heinz between the sticks for WA this morning. Just looking to work up a bit of ball speed here. trying to get it into the line player, but no option forthcoming. As passive call comes. So just a couple of passes left for WA. And crossbar. And New South Wales out on the break. And saved again. Keeps it out. And it's the foul, common foul in there. And attacker foul there on WA. Really hard to penetrate this New South Wales defence in the first couple of minutes here, but that's a sloppy turnover by the home side. As that's knocked away, and it'll remain WA possession. And that save, it's going to be a 7-metre penalty, first one of the tournament. And a 2-metre penalty. Yellow card and a 7-metre penalty on jersey 2, Laura Draga. I think bench is just getting confused as whether that was jersey 2 or a 2-minute suspension, but no, yellow card on jersey number 2. And, well, keeper went the right way. Shearman, but couldn't make the save, and goal, and it's going to be a 2-minute suspension. Jersey 21 for Western Australia, Greta Burnaby. Shearman again with a save, and she looked to go quickly. Finds a teammate, but she's well inside is Malas Dube. By the time she managed to corral the ball. So 2 goals apiece through 7 minutes of action here. Montenegro foul well before the shot. Just trying to feed it in there, but once again, this defence for New South Wales, rock solid. Shooting from 9 metres, WA there. Forced into it a bit. Looking down court again. Quick attack. Instead they'll And saved. Goalkeeper's having a great morning, but at the second attempt, jersey 10, Malice Dubé. The team in sky blue, those New South Wales jerseys. A little bit mid-90s rugby league state of origin kind of vibe. Looking resplendent. And WA, of course, in the orange. As I think they'll call steps there, yes. Referee Jamie there, right on the mark. And saved. And once again, just inside the 6 metre area. Of course, for those of you tuning in internationally, thank you for joining us. We are, for those of you who might be tuning in from Europe, we don't actually use resin here in Australia. So, start of the game, team's not really sharing the ball around because, well, there's no resin to get on your hands. As they try to pass into the line there, but again, and it's, once again, quick attacks not really working for New South Wales. The pass is just not quite going to hand. Definitely getting out in front of the WA defence, but just not quite on the money quite yet. And that's away. Another turnover. Referee's timeout. Stopping the clock, not a timeout, but stopping the clock. So 3-2 your score through 9 minutes of action. And this time, plenty of room for New South Wales to get out, and that is a goal. Keeper with plenty of options on that occasion. That's something WA are going to have to correct in quick time. That's a better shot. Shooting with a bit of momentum there rather than just going up from 9 metres. Trying to break through with the second line of defence there. Jersey 10, Selena Becker. Finding no way through. Drago. Fire it in, but it's just out of the reach of Malian Haug. Straight at the keeper. Sheeman had that telegraphed. And well, they've definitely identified an area of New South Wales here, but they just can't get it to happen in these early stages. As that's just wide, but shot from centre, getting into 7-8 metres if they can with momentum. As Drago breaks through, see you later, fires home. Sophie Hikes remonstrating a bit there with the defence. Can't be letting those kind of shots. Fires it back left. No room for the winger. There's 3 New South Wales defenders there preventing that shot. And fires home on this occasion. Alexia Mathieu in jersey 18 for the Western Australians. Mariana Grandini set to check back in. As Draga just gets it past Hanks. Oh, 6-4. So New South Wales have probably had the better chances, especially on the break, but haven't been able to convert. They'll fire long again. This time, the catch and the goal, top corner. Absolutely buries it. Sao Hong Long there, firing home. This is a bit better from WA. A little bit more speed to the attack. Keeper once again fires it home. Stops it from being fired home. My apologies. Draga breaks through, just firing through the defense. And Jamie. All right, there's not a flag on the play NFL style. Referee JB Roomstein just dropped a yellow card as so Western Australia will call their first timeout of the morning, trailing 8-4. After 14 minutes of action, 15 minutes and 45 to play in the opening half of the first game of the 2025 Australian Handball Championships. And WA there definitely had their opportunities, getting a bit of ball speed in the attack, getting shots from centre, but slowing down that New South Wales quick attack and probably not getting in too closer quarters with the New South Wales defence that's looking pretty sturdy against any attempts to penetrate by WA. Over on the other court, which I believe is being streamed on Facebook rather than YouTube. It's 10-3 at the moment. Queensland leading Victoria. Of course, games all day today at 10:15. First men's games of the morning. The Queensland men taking on the New Zealand Barbarians at 10:15 on this very court, whilst over... that will be on the other court. And here on court F will be the Battle of the Murray, New South Wales versus Victoria, or the Murray Melee, as I prefer to call it, because who doesn't love a bit of alliteration? And it turns out I'm not the only basketball fan in the house, because someone has just turned up in a Bankstown Bruins basketball hoodie. Basketball being the sport I generally commentate for the Sutherland Sharks and the Sydney Comets, but great to be here commentating a bit of handball as a former player of absolutely no pedigree whatsoever. As we're back to the action. And that's a better pass into the line, but just over. Just straight into the floor and over the crossbar. As Alexandra Haight there in jersey 43, now playing centre back. She'll take on the defense before firing off, and just a foot on the line there by Trudy Wan. now from the right wing, left hand. Saved by Sherman. Win the sticks. Just wide. Both teams, wing shots just off target. I'm sure that was intended, but I'll pick it up. And just a foul in there. Play on, probably not too far from passive, but that's well into the line, and that is definitely going to be a 2-minute penalty. A 7-meter penalty, my apologies. Okay, might need a second coffee. 7-meter penalty. As Urrutia set to take it, and saved! Sherman fired up about that one as well, she should be. New South Wales looking to go quickly here. Into the wing. Wide, and these wing shots at both ends, just not finding the mark. And I'll be tipped away, remain WA possession. And saved again, Sherman. Well, we don't have the goalkeeping stats, but hers must be astronomical at this stage. It's Fowler. Frustrated with herself, Jess Fowler. Couldn't find a teammate on that occasion who was wide open. I think that might have come off a foot there. And benefit of the doubt there. Maybe just rolled up. Play on, being really aggressive on the wing player here, and no foul, and it stays in play, and Fowler's off and running. And good recovery. Fowler will say the Burnaby. Fouled her there, but referees want no part of it. And saved again. As WA will stay with it, but everyone's back on defense. Take a second to set up here. Still haven't scored since that timeout they took, have WA, and Allah away this time. There'll be no one stopping her. And she hits the post, but there's 2 New South Wales players there to get it. And fired home. Jersey 27, Carolina Eisenkolb. As it's not quite into the line. Probably don't want that pass down around your line players' knees like that. Just lets those pesky smaller players get in there. As New South Wales are going to call a timeout. They're up 9-4. And I don't think they'll be too disappointed about the 4 part, but 9 goals in 20 minutes of handball. Not a massively high scoring passage of play. They have committed a few turnovers and some pretty open shots that haven't gone to hand either. Of course, massive crew of people here today helping out. 4 on the bench, and can't forget our lovely volunteers up on the perched perilously on the volleyball referee stand doing the camera work. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Lovely to have your company on this Friday morning. Brisbane Handball Club. Yes, I can give a score check on the other game. It is 11-3 in favour of Queensland with 7 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the first half. I was hoping that game would be on Facebook, as streamed on Facebook, so maybe check over there. All right. Brisbane Handball Club do great work. Great on the socials as well. As back to the play. And Haight breaking through. New South Wales into double digits. 10-4. 9 minutes to play in the opening half. And almost in the line that time, but New South Wales making a point of having defenders really crowding the line here. Or the line player, the pivot, as we usually say in Australia. Watching too many European games. So Wales doing a really good job of stepping out and meeting the player with the ball here, and it's forced a turnover as that one. Ball just comes off a player's foot. And that's a great find on the wing, but I think that's just tipped. I think Sophie Hines got a hand to that. But regardless, if she did or not, it's still no goal. Oh, good physical defense there. Fowler taking the contact, not letting WA through there. And I'll let that play on. Jersey 21, Greta Bernabé fires home. Fella. I'll let New South Wales play on here. Did come off a foot, but New South Wales with all the momentum on this attack and saved Sophie Hines once again. And that, saw the shot they created, but I don't think shooting from 9.5 meters at this level is really what WA want. But I will force a turnover there. Bring it the other way. Try to get the margin. Back in. And now Fowler off and running. And she called for the double dribble. And I think the referee will just say she used a dribble to control the ball there. And then tried to dribble again, which is in contravention of the rules of the game. And in any event, the referee's whistle is what matters anyway. That's a better play, but saved. That was reeled in, Eisenkolb. Monday Clove fires home. the Sydney Uni winger. So a combination of players from the Battle of Broadway with UTS and USyd there, but that pretty much covers every player on the New South Wales team plays for one of those two clubs. Really good defense there, just being aggressive on the wingers. It's been a hallmark of New South Wales so far. And once again, just a ball down low. And fired home. WA trying to run quickly here. Out to the wing. Eisenkolb across quick to cover. Retreating, Cleve. And stays out. WA retain possession. Nice work, jersey 2, Icy Fung, who I believe is working as maybe a physio or a medic. I think she's listed as for the WA men's team as well. I think I saw as that's tipped and then saved. And WA back well. As steps called, as that is definitely going to be some sort of discipline. 4 minute suspension, 2 minutes. So 2 2-minute fouls for Alejandra Escobar, jersey 22 for WA. One for originally holding Eisenkolb and then again for dissent. A little hand wave. Australian player. Tate fires home. Jersey 43. The greatest number of all, if you're me. So, Aruggia back into the contest. So, run a little bit smaller here with Celine Beal off the court. Interesting to see how this affects the WA team's line play. As Eisenkolb will get to that first, but she'll just let it run out and then play on. Howell puts it on the floor. Back to Eisenkolb. And there's going to be a foul in there. Just a common foul. And for those of you interested in the game, over on the other court, 12-3 the halftime score. Queensland leading Victoria in that women's game. Haight gets hit, but it's all fair in love and handball. Roll into the final 2.5 minutes here of the opening half. 13-6. The New South Wales lead. And again, good defense, hands up. I played a little bit slower here, New South Wales. Looking for an option. Eisenkolb. And just fumbled away. WA really going to slow it down here. No point in going fast. You got a player off for 4 minutes. All bar, I think, the last 4 seconds of the first half. That will be a foul. Defense, I hate. Yeah, and then great find, but saved. Right hand shot from the right hand side, just making the angle a little tighter than they wanted. And steps straight through, but puts it over. That's really wasted shot. $1 million move and the 10-cent finish, unfortunately, but plenty to be happy about with the ease at which she was able to get past the defender there. Stick that one in the memory bank. Well, Alexandra Haight. So, sorry, that's with... should be back. So, the 4-minute suspension ends 4 seconds into the second half, not with 4 seconds left in the first. My apologies. New South Wales could hold for the last shot here just about. Run it down to passive, use their 6 passes and leave WA with very little time with just 35 seconds in the opening stanza. Hey, well, take the opportunity as it comes to her. Western Australia just looking to reel in one more goal. Score at 14-6. Nothing doing there. And just 5 seconds left. We're going to have to make something work. They'll go from 9. That will be the end of the first half. New South Wales holding a commanding 14-6 advantage after 30 minutes of play. WA did well to not concede too many goals in that 4-minute stoppage, but after that timeout they took with 14 minutes left in the first half, they scored just 2 more goals. It was 8-4 when they called their first timeout. It's now 14-6. We're going to catch a quick break and rejoin you in about 9 minutes' time for all the second half action. to go. Welcome back for the second half of the opening game of the 2025 Australian Handball Championships here at Sydney Olympic Park Sports Halls. Lockie France on the call with you. Lovely to have your company. It is New South Wales women leading the team from the other side of the Nullarbor, Western Australia, 14-6. WA with first possession of the second half. As Rusciak tries to get it in to Selena Becker. There's not a lot going on there though. And I think that was definitely tipped by a defender, not the goalkeeper. And that's better pass into the line. As Becker draws 7 metre. And already, we only had one possession already. Their passes into the line play look better than the first half. And WA open the scoring for the second half. And we'll come back the other way. See what WA can produce in the second half here. Got a bit of a mountain to climb. Ruscia breaks through, and New South Wales thought they'd done enough to get a whistle there. None forthcoming. Drager, great work. And it's just over the top. Jersey 21, Sao Hong Long. And fired home expertly. Gisela Montenegro with the goal. And Western Australians coming out with a real renewed vigour here in the second half. We've got the score back to 14-9 now. New South Wales called for steps on that occasion. I wanted to put it on the floor, but never really had the option, and that just bounced out of bounds. Just a couple of missteps either way. As off the crossbar, but not for the first time New South Wales have managed to get through the defence to the 6 metre with very little interference by the WA defence, and haven't been able to put it home, but nonetheless, I'll be giving them plenty of confidence. I'm just got to make the shots, find the back of the net, or at least test the goalkeeper. And fired home. Got the keeper going one way, went the other. And responds in kind. Martes Dubé. Marker this time comes from the back court. Now settling in, trying to settle position. Marlene Haug, not exactly an easy player to go up against. As runs away. Was a New South Wales. Oh, that's knocked away. But foul in the process. Never mind. Go on. Oh, great find. Oh, and that is scintillating handball from New South Wales. Drago just drawing the extra defender, and it's just fired home. Chloe won on that occasion, and that is fired home just as well. Saved on this occasion, Hanks. This time, just shooting from too far out there. Tashari. Drago fly all the way up court. Just had the Western Australia defence going backwards. Took full advantage. New South Wales starting to regain a bit of momentum after that early flurry from Western Australia. Out on the court. 19-5 the Queensland lead. 21 minutes remaining in that game. Defense there by Haug. And one in there. And 2 minute suspension now on one. And stolen away. And audacious with the lob. And then she's called for steps. That's unfortunate. Dragon's still wondering what the call was about, but we play on. Scrap for it. Remains WA possession. They'll go quickly. And saved. Molly and Howe gets a call from the coach. Pivot right, pivot right. Obviously looking to set something up here on this side of the attack. And foul, and it's going to be 2 minutes. Well, it was a foul initially, and then she just kept holding on, did Alicia so. You keep holding on when the player goes past you. It's never going to end well. And out to the wing, good find, great find, but tight angle. can say. Haven't been many opportunities for the wingers to get out and really create an angle for themselves. As again a wing shot goes wide. Unfortunately been a story of the morning so far. It's off the crossbar and away. Not sure Hanks didn't get another touch. She's definitely been one of the best on the floor this morning. And the fact that Arusha even made a shot out of that is impressive. Might make another shot here. No, instead drops it in. Great work. Becker turns, fires, goal. Attacker foul. So Wales go quickly. Haug makes no mistake. He'll score that 999 times out of 1,000. Becker really showing her versatility. But shot was tipped. Battle for it, and it ends up the WA goalkeeper. A little scrappy, but they get away with it. Attacker foul in the end, I think. New South Wales out and running quickly. Defender there. And I think if she hadn't scored there, Sao Hong Wong, she definitely would have been the beneficiary of some discipline to the WA defender. A few of the men's teams warming up. Of course, the men's competition gets underway about 10:15, 10:30. That'll be streamed as well. Drager stopped, stone dead, and got no momentum on the shot. And might have come down a little awkwardly on a hand. Get back in position. And kicked away, but stays with the Western Australian side. Rujiak can't quite get it to the wing. Good defense there by Haug. And does go to passive. And saved. It goes out over the sideline. Okay, looks a little quick play. Nothing forthcoming on that occasion. And fired home. Greta Burnaby. They've been really good for this WA side. Had that early 2-minute suspension, but no trouble since then, and scored a handful of goals as well. As that will be a 7-meter. Bit of a platoon swap here for New South Wales. Going 15 minutes. And referee Jamie Rubenstein with his eyes on it. Bench official Carlos also with his eyes on it, and he noticed that she didn't quite get there. I learned a rule too today. You can have 1 foot in and not be called for subbing in illegally. There you go. As that's tipped away. Alex Haight. And goal. And a stern warning to Alexia Mathieu. And you are dangerously close to a foul. And probably 2 minutes in the process. All right, New South Wales built their lead back out to 8 goals, 21-13 into the final 14 minutes. And saved. And just wide open, shoots with the right, tight angle, doesn't bother her. And responding kind do the Western Australians, Gisela Montenegro. That's a bit better angle for the wing. And just Fowler firing home again. That's twice in quick succession from the same spot. New South Wales looking to lay down a marker in this opening game. And while they're in the other court, Queensland now out to a 21-7 advantage, 13 minutes to play there. And that's a better shot as well. Burnaby. What a luxury for New South Wales, though, to have Haight at centre back, Fowler coming in just for 15 minutes in each half. Even them well rested for what is a big, big weekend. As that's fired well over. And that's into the line. That's better. And just wide. Zolan Bill couldn't quite get it inside the post. And starting to look dangerous, Fowler, even though that shot didn't go. That'll rankle. As we've seen so many occasions today, players just able to break through and not quite fire home, but once you've got that in the memory bank, when you know when you can beat a player and how, or a defense in general, you know what you need to do and that you can do it. As you know, I was out on the break. Mate Clave fires home. not quite going to hand as well as it could have there. And probably did have an opening, did WA, if they could fashion something. A little bit of a polite inquiry for a foul on that shot, but nothing happening. And is it open again? Not quite. There's a bit of contact there. And 2-minute suspension for Tessari. Her first of the morning. 10 minutes to play. Just right on 10 minutes. And just foot on the line there. She went for the shot, Benedicos. And not a foul, just a timeout. Called by the Western Australians, who trail at this stage 24-15. 9 minutes, 27 to play in the second half. Of course, we do have games all throughout the day. We'll have as many of them streamed on this YouTube channel as we can. As I mentioned earlier, we've got men's games at 10:15 and then the women back on court at 1:15, ACT versus Queensland. And right here will be Victoria versus New South Wales. And then 3 p.m. we move back to the men with the New Zealand Barbarians against the AC team and Victoria versus Western Australia. Final women's games of the day at 5:15, WA versus ACT. And then the old rivalry, Queensland and... sorry, I believe that is tomorrow. Sorry, so the final game of the women's is at 5:15 today, just the one game, WA and ACT. Then at 7 p.m. tonight, ACT and Queensland, and then the very same battle you're watching now, WA and New South Wales. But on the men's side, so a packed day of handball here at the sports halls. One of the legacy venues of the 2000 Sydney Olympics. WA, see what they can conjure out of this timeout. Not a lot if New South Wales have anything to say about it. As Alexia Mathieu is wrapped up, and then she'll fire, and Shearman wise to it. Yeah, and oh, Western Australia, they almost need an AFL-style tagger on that fast break from New South Wales. As Eisenkopf, really high to defend here. Just completely denying Gisela Montenegro any opportunity to get the ball. It's just going to be a foul in there. Nothing too untoward. New South Wales will just say that's good defense. I think the coach will actually be pretty happy with that, as they generally are. Stopping the play dead. It's out and just inside the 6 meters. Final 7 minutes of action here. 25-15 your scoreline. New South Wales leading, as they have for the vast majority of the morning. Saved again, but there'll be 7 metre in there. It's Greta Burnaby walks to the spot. Fires past Shearman. Oh, Fowler again. Straight through. And then gets back to break up the play. Ooh, there's a bit going on there. They're going to call something. They are going to call a 2-minute suspension there on Alexia Mathieu. Mariana Grandini's just having a little bit of tape applied to her thumb. She'll be back soon as hey, can't get it away. Good defense there by Western Australia. Well, it doesn't get much more corner than that. Buried behind the back stanchion of the goal in the net. I think there might have been a few too many steps in there. And indeed there were. Saved by Hanks, but a 7 metre in the process. And that will be a second 2-minute suspension on Burnaby. And off the post. As saved by Shearman, and the follow-up saved as well. 28-16 now your score, heading into the final 5 minutes. Over on the other court, 26-10. 27-10, Queensland leading over Victoria. That's out of bounds. You can tell I'm a basketball commentator. That's stolen away. Although they're up 28-16, New South Wales won't want to have too many of these, scrappy turnovers. It's one thing if the opposition's playing really good defense, but sloppy turnovers. You don't want to get into any kind of lazy habits. It's going to be a long weekend with plenty of big games. And makes the smart option and Coast fires home. Burnaby back into the game. Immediately Takes control of the possession. Blocked away. And just over the top. It's been a bit of a theme despite the 29 goals. It's probably the one criticism you could have against New South Wales in this game this morning. Had a few too many real opportunities that they've not put on target. Sophie Hyneks has been really good. But you have to at least make her work. As it was more the fall than the contact. The Bernabei wants, hate to get a 2 minute. At least some sort of sanction anyway. And they'll play on, and no, they'll say. So take it back, take the free throw. Oh, great find. Oh, that's a beautiful goal. That is exemplary work by the Western Australian team. Trudy One looks to engage the defence. So Australia's up to the task. Fowler, that's better. Quite a couple over from that spot, but found the perfect spot on that occasion. Knocked away. The other way, 3-on-1. Trudy One just patient work, and the goal. Bench loves that. Move down to the final 30 seconds. See if WA can finish this game on a high. They can. Rugia finds the top corner. Well placed shot. 7 seconds. And goal. Alex Haight fires home. And in this full round robin of 5 teams, you never know when goal difference could be a factor. So New South Wales taking out a 32 goals to 18 victory over Western Australia. Yeah. Score on the other court finishes 29-10. Queensland over Victoria. And an excellent start for New South Wales and also for Queensland on this opening morning of the 2025 Australian Handball Championships. Our next games will start at 10:30. On the other court will be Queensland men versus New Zealand Barbarians. Right here on the streaming court will be New South Wales men taking on Victoria in the Murray Melee. So thank you so much for joining me. Lovely to have your company on what is my handball commentary debut, and it was absolute joy to be here. I'll be back in about 20 minutes time for the next game. But until then, I've been Lockie France, and you have been amazing.